In this session, we are going to discuss about new product development. Companies try to produce new product in order to conquer the market. New products give a competitive advantage for the company. It shapes the company's future, and the new product also help the company to build or maintain its sales. If a company is not coming up with new products, naturally the company may fail in the market. So in order to enhance sales or to maintain the existing sales figures, companies try to develop new products. Marketers play a key role in new product development by identifying and evaluating ideas and working with research and development and other areas in every stage of development. This point says the new product development is a key area of marketers. They play a very important role in the development of new product. And how they play the key role? They play the key role by identifying and evaluating ideas. So the marketers come up with new ideas of products and they evaluate each idea. And when they find that the idea is feasible, they work with research and development division and some other areas of every stages of development. So the marketers have a very important role to play in the development of new products. And when we think about new products, what are the new product options available to a marketer? The new product option may be through acquisitions or development. So there are two possibilities. One is you acquire a new product or you try to develop a new product. And when we think about acquisitions, there are three forms of acquisitions. The first one is buy other companies, acquire another company. There are so many examples in the business field which can be cited as a form of acquisition. For example, the major Indian conglomerate Tata Motors, few years back, they have acquired world famous brands called Jaguar and Land Rover. And now Jaguar and Land Rover are Tata's brands, Tata's products. And another example is HUL has recently acquired GlaxoSmithKline. The famous brand Horlicks was a GlaxoSmithKline brand. Few months back, HUL acquired GlaxoSmithKline and the brands of GlaxoSmithKline became the brands of HUL. Another example of buying other companies. And a third example is from another FMCG company, Procter and Gamble, acquired Gillette, a famous personal care brand. Few years back, Gillette was bought by P&G. So all these examples show that through buying another company, a company can introduce a new product. So the first form of acquisition is by other company. And the second form of acquisition is acquire patent from other companies. The other company may have a patent that you do not have, and you feel that the market for that particular brand is, or that patent product that is being manufactured as a result of that patent is attracting customers. Then in order to stop their performance as a rival, you can acquire a patent from that particular company. A very good example, recent example is, we know that Indulekha brand of hair oil and other products was a very popular brand and product by a Malayali entrepreneur. Few years back, Hindustan Unilever Limited acquired the patent for producing Indulekha hair oil. And now Indulekha is a brand of HUL. And there are some other conditions also associated with this acquisition. The company that was owning Indulekha cannot come up with another hair care product within a period of 5 years. Such conditions are also there, but the basic thing is that HUL acquired patent from the brand owner of Indulekha, and Indulekha had become a brand of HUL. So the second form of acquisition is through acquiring patent from other companies. And the third form of acquisition is by a license or franchisee from another company. So it is slightly different from the second one of acquiring patent. So here the brand owner or the marketer gives a license to work on behalf of him. He offers or he gives a franchisee. And the franchisee is, we can say, a branch which should work according to the conditions of the franchisor. So all the specification that the franchisor tells have to be fulfilled by the franchisee. So a license or franchise from another company. So these three are the different forms of acquisitions available to a marketer, and through these acquisitions a marketer can come up with a new product. And the other option available to the marketer is go for a new product development. New product in its own lab. Majority of the popular companies will have their own R&D labs, research and development labs. So try to develop a new product in their own labs. For example, we know when we are fighting COVID-19 or coronavirus, many pharmaceutical companies along with some research agencies or research institutions are trying to develop vaccine or medicine for this COVID. So they have their own labs and they try to produce or develop a new vaccine or medicine that will fight COVID. So companies can produce new product in its own labs. Or another option for a new product development is the companies can have a contract with independent researchers or new product development firms. So there are so many independent researchers who may be doing research in various areas, and a marketer can contact such independent researchers and have an agreement or contract with them for the development of new product. So that is another option available to a marketer for product development, new product development. The first option or the one option is that try to produce a new product in their own lab, and the second option is have a contract with an independent researchers or new product development firms, and through them develop a new product. And let's see various types of new products. New product may be a new to the world product. The first type of new product is new to the world products. That means such a product hasn't come to the world yet. It is for the first time that such a product is introduced into the world. For example, here a transparent gas cylinder is being shown. Such a product hasn't come to India so far. So there are some companies who produce such transparent cylinders. So when it is developed for the first time, that is called new to the world product, which is a particular type of new product. And the second type of new product is minor improvements or revisions of existing product. So here a product may be already available and there are buyers for that product, but the marketer is coming up with an improvement or a revision of the existing product. And this happens in many areas. For example, in the case of automobile sector, companies revise the existing brands. For example, Hyundai i10 was improved or modified or revised and emerged as Grand i10. So Grand i10 has some improvements over Hyundai, the original Hyundai i10. So that is a minor improvement or revision of existing products. And the next area is new product development decision process. So new product development is a very important decision that the marketer has to take, because the future of the organization depends on the success of the new product. So very carefully the new product development decision has to be taken, and this involves certain stages. The first stage is idea generation. So there may be so many ideas coming to the marketer to be considered as a new product development. And from various sources, a marketer may get idea for a new product. Sometimes it may be from a prospective consumer. They may suggest some new products. And in idea generation, what is to be considered is the point whether the idea is worth considering. The marketer has an idea, and whether that idea is worth considering. Is that good enough to consider such an idea, or should we abandon or give up that idea in the very beginning itself? So that is what we mean by idea generation. Is the idea worth considering? And the second stage in the new product development decision process is idea screening or evaluating the idea. And here the basic question that is to be addressed is this: is the product idea compatible with company's objectives, strategies and resources? Is the new product idea is compatible, is suitable with company's objectives? There may be some objectives for the company, and whether the development of the new product will contribute to the attainment of objectives of the company more easily, and whether it is incompatible with the strategies and resources, whether the company has sufficient resources to go for the development of this new product that may be produced as a result of the particular idea. So all these things are being analyzed in the second stage called idea screening, and the third one is concept development and testing. And when the answers for the two previous questions are satisfactorily answered, the third stage comes, concept development and testing. So a prototype may be developed, a mini a product that is almost similar to that of the final product may be developed, and that may be tested for its functionality. So concept development and testing. Can we find a good concept consumers say they would try? Ultimately, we are aiming at consumers. Whatever be the new product that we developed or the marketer developed, there should be buyers for that product. So, whether we can have a good concept that consumers say, surely they would try. And the fourth one is marketing strategy development. So when the product prototype is ready, what should be the marketing strategy for that particular new product? Can we find a cost-effective, affordable marketing strategy? Cost-effective. That means whether it will generate income to justify the expenses we incur. Cost effective. That means the returns are greater than the cost that we have to incur. A cost effective, affordable marketing strategy. Or whether the marketing is very expensive and ultimately sales won't be sufficient to cover the expenses. So the fourth stage is marketing strategy development. And the next stage is business analysis. And in this particular stage, we try to answer the question whether this product meet our profit goals. Surely the company may have certain profit goals already set. And going with this kind of a new product will contribute to the attainment of our profit goals. So will this product meet our profit goals? And the sixth one is product development. Product development. And in this stage, the basic question, have we got a technically and commercially sound product? Previously, we might have developed a prototype, not the final one. And when that is test market among the consumers, considering their opinion also, we might have made some modifications or revisions. And ultimately, have we got a technically and commercially sound product? Whether our new product is technically good, whether it will perform well when consumers buy this product, and whether it will generate sufficient sales. So, have we got a technically and commercially sound product? That is the question to be answered. And the seventh one is market testing. And in that, we are evaluating whether our product sales met our expectations. When we initially planned the marketing strategy, we might have developed some sales expectations or targets. and we are testing, we are evaluating whether those targets are met, whether the sales have reached up to that level. So that is called market testing. And the eighth one is commercialization. And here in this stage, we are trying to answer the question, are product sales meeting expectations? Continuously, when we come up with the launching of the product and commercialization of the product, are our products are meeting our expectations, whether we are having sufficient sales as we have expected. So these are the different stages of new product development. And quite often, new products development, and sometimes we say the failure of new product is almost 50%, we can say. More than 50% of the new products developed and tested in the market, introduced in the market, normally fail. And surely when a product fails in the marketer has to incur huge loss, because for the development of the product, the marketer might have spent so many expenditure. So new product development is a great loss, causes great loss to the marketer. So we have to think about why new products fail in the market. And the reasons for the failure of new products can be listed as follows. The first one is ignored or misinterpreted market research. We know market research is very important for the successful marketing of any product. So here we say ignored. Sometimes this marketing research was not taken seriously, or it may be misinterpreted. Sometimes the results might have been misinterpreted in favor of the introduction of a new product. So very objectively, we have to look at the market results of the marketing research, and on the basis of that, when the results are ignored or misinterpreted, normally or naturally, that can result in the failure of new product. The second one is overestimation of market size. When we go for a market study, we may overestimate the size of the market. Overestimate means we may see that there are more number of buyers than the actual buyers. So overestimates of market size is another reason for the failure. And the third one is high development cost. When the development cost is too high, naturally the marketer or the marketing company may find it difficult to sell the product at an affordable price levels. For example, when we develop a COVID vaccine, when it costs thousands of rupees, maybe assume that the price of a vaccine is more than 10,000, naturally the buyers for that particular vaccine will be comparatively less. And even when we talk about the successful development of vaccine by Oxford University, and India, the associating agency says that that vaccine can be sold approximately by 1,000 rupees, which is almost affordable to huge masses. So when the development cost is too high, naturally you have to price the product also as a high amount. So the high development cost can result in the failure of the product. Then the fourth one is poor design or ineffectual performance. When the design is poor, buyers may not be interested in buying such a product. Or ineffectual performance. And when the product is a failure, when its performance is concerned, naturally customers may not be interested in buying such a product. That is another reason for the failure. And the fifth one is incorrect positioning, advertising or price. Three reasons are stated here. One is incorrect positioning. So in the first module you have studied about product positioning. It should be targeted to the most appropriate customers or group of consumers. So when we are targeting an inappropriate customer group, that is called incorrect positioning. And advertising also. The advertisement that we give for the product must attract the buyers or the consumers to the product. Or the third one is an incorrect price. Surely customers should get a value for the money they spend. If that is not received by customers, naturally they may ignore the product. They may not buy the product. That may result in the failure of the product. And the sixth one is insufficient distribution support. Though your product is very good, if that product is not reaching the ultimate consumers, naturally that product may fail in the market. So the distribution channel, the system that you develop should be sufficient enough. So when the distribution support is insufficient, it may result in the failure of the product. Seventh one is intensified competition. Suppose there are some other companies also offering such a product immediately after the launching of a product by your company, and there may be a very tight competition between you and your rival company. So when the competition is so intense, naturally you may have to compromise on the price. So intensified competition can result in the failure of the product. Then the next point is adequate return on investment or payback. Inadequate return on investment or payback. So there should be an adequate return on the amount you have invested, or you should be in a position to get back your initial investment within a period of reasonable time. So when these things, the rate of return or the time required to get back your initial investment is inadequate, naturally that may result in the failure of the product. Then the ninth one, shortage of important ideas in certain areas. That says, when you lack certain ideas in certain matters related to the product, naturally you may find it difficult to succeed in the market. Then the 10th one is fragmented markets. Fragmented market. So fragmented means broken. When the market is spread over a large geographical area and you find it difficult to cater to the market, it may result in the failure of the product. So fragmented market can result in the failure of a new product. And the 11th one is social, economic and governmental constraints. If there are any limitations or restrictions from the society related to the new product that you have introduced, or the government is having some restrictions. For example, when a new vaccine comes, naturally there may be some regulation by the government regarding the pricing of the product. or in the case of essential commodities, or the economic condition puts some restrictions or constraints on the product. All these things, or these social, economic and governmental constraints can also contribute to the failure of new products. And the 12th one is cost of development. When the cost of development is too high, naturally the chances of failure of such a product is high. Then the 13th one, capital shortages. That is in the case of marketer. So when the marketing firm do not have sufficient capital to go for the new product development process, even though the idea is very attractive, that may fail in the actual field. Then longer development time. So when the time required to develop the new product is too long, ultimately, naturally that may contribute to the failure of the product. For example, only after completing the very lengthy development time, you can introduce the product to the market, and only after introduction of the product in the market, you will have revenue. So the period without any revenue, if that is too lengthy, naturally that will contribute to the failure or economic failure or monetary ill effects. So that can act as a reason for the failure. Then the 15th one is poor launch timing. A new product should be launched when the time is very appropriate. So when a highly costly product is introduced during an economic recession, naturally buyers may not consider that product at that point of time. So the launching time of a product is also very important. If the launching time is very poor, that can contribute to the failure of the product. Then the 16th one is shorter product life cycle. So we know that products also have some life cycle as living organisms, like introduction, growth, maturity and decline. There should be a sufficient period in the product life cycle. If the product life cycle is very short, within few years the product may decline. Then the company may not be in a position to recover the development cost it has incurred. So very short product life cycles will have a negative effect on successful marketing. So that can contribute to the failure of the product. And the 17th one is insufficient organization support. A new product development may be being coordinated by the product or production department or product division, but that should be supported by the entire organization. When the support from the organization is insufficient, naturally that will result in the failure of new product. So there are all these points so there are 17 points, 70 reasons for the failure of new product. So all these points says that there are so many chances for the failure of a new product. So a marketer who is considering the development of a new product must be very careful while going for the development of a new product. Otherwise, such an initiative of developing a new product can financially ruin your organization, destroy your organization. So the companies should be very careful while going for developing new product. And surely new products are very important for successful marketing of or successful functioning of your organization. You cannot ignore the development of new products. New products are very important, but when you go for developing new product, you have to be very careful. Thank you.